It was a new type of slavery. After black slavery, you had Chinese slavery, and the railroads were building all the railroads with Chinese slave labor, essentially. And so Congress passed that anti-immigration law to stop the Chinese slave trade.
It wasn't to keep you from bringing in a pastor from another country. It was...
The court said it's real clear. They weren't trying to stop pastors, they're trying to stop the Chinese slave problem. And they said, by the way, even if the law had been targeted at churches, it's an unconstitutional law because this is a Christian nation. And so the court went through and gave 87 historical examples proving that America was a Christian nation. And they said, there's no way you can pass a law in this country that will keep a church from bringing in the pastor of their choice, even if from overseas. Now, what definition do they use? That was such an important question that the justice on the court who wrote that decision, and by the way, it was a unanimous decision in the U.S. Supreme Court.
I was about to ask you, is this an obscure court of one judge way off somewhere in the country, or is this the Supreme?
It's the Supreme Court of the United States.
This is a Supreme Court decision saying
in
we're a
a
Christian
unanimous
nation.
decision without any dissent by any justice on the court, who said, of course America is a Christian nation. And so when people said, what do you mean? This justice wrote a book. The justice wrote the opinion, wrote a book on it, and said America is justly called a Christian nation because Christianity has so largely shaped and molded it. Now there's the definition of a Christian nation. He said, we're a Christian nation, but we don't require everybody to be Christians. He said, we've got a lot of atheists among us.
So it's not a theocracy, it's not a situation where you have to be a Christian. It's saying it's a nation influenced by Christianity, greatly influenced by Christianity.
Let's take theocracy, because theocracies existed all over Europe. Guess what? When preachers came to America and brought the Word of God with them, Christian preachers came to America. You have, for example, you got all these Christians that came on the Mayflower.